Hello, everyone. This is Big Dan with Southern Extreme Sports Talk. Just coming to you today. We're going to talk about our quarterback rankings after Week 7. Everything's getting real exciting. A lot of real good games. So we're just going to go through kind of some of the teams in the top 15, top 20 there of the AP rankings. A couple other little quarterbacks thrown in just for the fun of it. But anyhow, just to get to it, this week, after Week 7, our number one quarterback, as far as the ratings go, it's kind of starting quarterbacks, but Curtis Rourke from Indiana, he's our number one guy. Of course, they were off this past week, and they got some tough games coming down the road, but they are doing good. They're 6-0 is their overall record. They're 3-0 in the conference. His rating is a 192.1. He's got a 73.8 completion percentage. He's thrown for 1,752 yards and 14 touchdowns. Our second guy is going to be Jalen Milroe from Alabama. Of course, Alabama, they're looking a little bit suspect after the last couple games. Vanderbilt beat them, and then they barely beat South Carolina. But anyhow, this week coming up, they play Tennessee, so they have another tough game this week. Be crucial to both teams, Alabama and Tennessee. But he's got a 191 rating. He's got 12 touchdowns. He's run for 9 or 10. They're 5-1 overall, 2-1 in the conference. So it's getting real tight for them with some more tough games coming down the road. Tennessee this week. They got LSU still. They'll play Auburn. But anyhow, the third guy is Cam Ward. He's number 3. He's got a 182.4 rating. He is thrown for 219 yards, 69.2 completion rate, 20 touchdowns. Miami, they kind of living on the edge after the last couple ball games, so I'm see how they coming out. So, but they're 6-0 and 2-0 in the conference. We'll see how they make it. I think they'll be okay, but it's still going to be tough sled. Clemson's playing good. Let's see, Clemson, Pittsburgh's playing pretty decent. Syracuse is playing good. But we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, to get to our fourth quarterback is Jackson Dart. From Ole Miss, he's got a 182.1 rating. Their overall record's 5-2. They're 1-2 in the conference. Of course, they just lost to my LSU Tigers this weekend in overtime. It was a good game. But anyway, he's thrown for 2,384 yards, 70.2 completion rate. Moving on to the fifth quarterback. We're looking at Will Howard from Ohio State. Ohio State just played Oregon. They lost by 1 point. It was a great ball game. Both teams played real good. Will had a great stats. It was just a great game all around. Two good teams. So I look for Ohio State and Oregon both to be at the end of it in the playoffs. But Will Howard is fifth right now. He's got a 73.3 completion percentage. He's thrown for 1,574 yards. His rating is 177.8. He's 5-1 overall, though Ohio State's 5-1. And then they're 2-1 in the conference. Like I say, they got a couple other tough teams, but they should be there at the end. They got a great ball club. Number 6 is going to be Drew Allar from Penn State. His rating is 175.8. His completion percentage is 70.5. He's thrown for 11 touchdowns, 1,492 yards. Penn State is 6-0 and 3-0 in the conference. They just got through. They beat USC this weekend in a close one. But Penn State kind of, they're going to be on the bubble, I think, at the end of the day when they get through playing. Their schedule, they still got a couple tough teams to play, few teams. So we'll see how it plays out, but they'll definitely be on the bubble, I think. But if they win out, they'll be good. But anyhow, that's where they stand. Now we're coming to number 7. It's going to be Dylan Gabriel with Oregon. Of course, they beat Ohio State this weekend. They're number 2 right now in the AP ranking. They have a couple other tough games, but Oregon should be there at the end, I believe. Like I say, they got a great ball club. They're 6-0, 3-0 overall. And then we'll go to the next one. Is 8 is going to be Cade Klubnik for Clemson. He's got a 164.9 rating, and they are 5-1 overall, 4-0 in the conference. Clemson's playing real good ball right now. They really are. He's thrown for 1,528 yards. His completion percentage is 66.8. He's thrown for 17 touchdowns. 164.9 is his rating. They're really playing good ball. So Clemson, right now, to me, Clemson looks like they're the leading to win the ACC. It'll be between them and Miami, I believe, when it comes down to it. But we'll see how it plays out. But right now, I think Clemson's playing better ball than Miami is. But we'll see how it does. That's the fun and excitement of this college football season with 12 playoff teams. So we're going to go to the next one. Be the 9th ranked is Shedeur Sanders. They're 4-2 overall, 2-1 in the conference. They had a close game against Baylor that they probably should have lost, but they won last second throw. But anyhow, he has thrown for 2,018 yards, 72.6 completion rate, 17 touchdowns, 164.4 rating. We're going to number 10 is Quinn Ewers of Texas. Texas is the number 1 team overall right now. They're 6-0 and 2-0 in the conference. They just beat Oklahoma pretty handedly. Texas looks very well rounded. They have another tough team in Georgia coming into Texas this week. I look for them to beat Georgia, but I'm going to tell you that the mental strain is going to be a lot. They had a big game against Oklahoma. That's just the way a lot of these conferences are getting now, with Big Ten and the SEC having so many good teams in each conference. Tough teams week to week is a mental strain. So that's what makes it so exciting. How do you stay up for each ball game each week? That's a new fight for some of these teams. But anyhow, so he's got a 72. Quinn Ewers he's thrown for 890 yards, completion percentage 72.2, 9 touchdowns. He's got a 163.4 rating. Number 11 is Carson Beck, Georgia. Of course, they're going to Texas to play this week. They're 5-1, 3-1 in the conference. He's thrown for 1,818 yards. His completion percentage is 67.9. He's thrown for 15 touchdowns. His rating is 159.9. And then we're going to go to the 12th person is Eli Holstein with Pittsburgh. He's thrown for 1,697 yards. Completion percentage is 63.5. 15 touchdowns. He's got a 154.5 rating. They're 6-0 and 2-0 in the conference. So Pitt, they're right there. They're pretty close. They just not, to me, they're not playing as strong as, say, Clemson or Miami. But that's why they play the games. But they're still hanging on right now. So we're going to go to number 13 is Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. They just beat Ole Miss. He had a sluggish deal, but, Ole Miss has a great defense. But LSU fought this weekend. They went to OT, and LSU won it in overtime. So that is awesome. He's thrown for 1,989 yards, 64.3% completion rate. He's thrown for 18 touchdowns. His rating is 150.4. LSU's 5-1 overall, 2-0 in the conference. They play Arkansas this week coming up, but LSU has several tough little games still left. They'll play Arkansas, Texas A&M, Alabama, Oklahoma still, so we still got a long ways to go there. And then we're going to go to our number 14 is quarterback is Nico Amaleva from Tennessee. They're 5-1 overall, 2-1 in the conference. Of course, they play Alabama this week. So things are going to be shaking up over here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's a lot of good games coming. He's thrown for 1,219 yards, 65.7 completion percentage, and 149.3 rating overall. And then we got number 15 is Kyle McCord from Syracuse. Now, Syracuse is hanging in there. They're like Pittsburgh, right in behind Pittsburgh. They're 5-1 overall, 2-1 in the conference. McCord, he transferred from Ohio State. So he's thrown for 2,160 yards, 65.6% completion rate. He's thrown for 19 touchdowns. His rating is 147.9. But he's done great for Syracuse so far, helped them out tremendously. But anyhow, that's the list I got. I hope you enjoy it. Me bringing you the ratings and everything for these quarterbacks. I'll keep adjusting as we go, bringing in some more quarterbacks on these teams that fall out. But anyhow, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. If you would like and subscribe, and just let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.